smoke so good that sun is shining. Ay, tell on my feet.
What is up, guys? Welcome to the channel. I am Disco from Disco Polarization Music. Today we are reacting to something. It's a very short video, but I want to react to it because, again, I think it's really cool to be able to see musicians in their element, whether it's they're a pianist like Jonah from Dirty Loops, or they're a guitarist like Corey Wong, or maybe they're a orchestra director. You know, whatever it is, I like to see people in their element having a good time doing what they do best. So today we are going to watch Dirty Loops Rock You. The Korg version is from Korg, the keyboard, and it looks like Jonah's playing a Nautilus. So let's see and check it out in 3, 2, 1, play. Look at them paradiddles.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Woo! There we go. Woo! Come on, Jonah, bring it. God, they always look like they're having so much fun. So much fun. Y'all, I just gotta say, Jonah just impresses me every time he touches his keyboards. He has so much style and grace. His writing and his writing ability is probably unmatched. And I'll say unmatched, like complicated, unmatched, as in he's able to put modes, jazz modes, into things into pop music where it shouldn't fit. And by fitting, I mean like it shouldn't sound that great, but he's able to dress it up and in words that my grandfather would say, put lipstick on a pig. Because a lot of the jazz mode he uses just a lot of hard spaced out, a lot of minor chords involved, which is hard when you are in a major scale and a major key, and then he's throwing in jazz minor chords into places. But what really helps him out a lot is the fact that Henrik's bass playing and the rhythmic playing underneath his piano playing adds so much texture into it, but also adds a lot of space filler. So when he's doing a lot of the jazz modes, you're still hearing that rhythmic bass playing, the thumping and a lot of the slap, but he's playing a lot of chords over that as well. Like Hendrix playing a lot of chords underneath that piano, which makes it just sound full, which means a lot of times a guitarist or a trumpet or a saxophonist, someone is playing enough to keep that space filled so it doesn't sound so empty and weird when you're playing across, because Aaron's drumming is very locked in. He's in the pocket, he's there. So he's really just adding that flavor. The rhythm that we're hearing, to be honest, is coming from Henrik, and that, oh, it's hard to explain because they do it so well, and it's like you can't really explain how they're doing it because they're just locked in immediately every single time. Locked in, these guys play together. The best way I can explain it is like when you see a band that has played together for so long and they're able to just hear what a person's going to do and then add flavor into that and make that person sound better. That's hard to do, especially when there's so much happening. Like, just this is like a minute, what is a minute 58 seconds? Like, just the intro itself, you can tell that Jonah is building up and he's building onto that. Okay, so Aaron's gonna start us out. It's literally counting in almost. He's getting the rhythm down. He's listening. You can tell he's listening to the click track. He's getting the rhythm down, and then he's going to count them in 1, 2, 3, and they're gonna go in. And suddenly, but here's the thing: Jonah is still stacking, and what I feel like he's doing is because he's not singing, and a lot of their songs are pop vocal driven. He's kind of playing around a little bit, almost like he's doing his vocal runs on his keyboard, and then they get into it. And then you hear do like that whole rhythm section. And then he's playing the solo part, which is just phenomenal, very just piano. And what's awesome is, and I think Fiddlesticks had corrected me down below, he's doing this live, so it's not like he's on a timer. Because a lot of times and I can attest to this because we did this on a timer, a lot of sound effects, a lot of things like that are on set to timers that go off. Someone's going to hit that, is going to count down to whatever, 10, 9, 8, and then that effect's going to go up, and we all have to be on it. If someone's not on it, and you don't stop in the right place, you don't start in the right place, bass doesn't low out in the right place, drums don't, fall out, it sounds all janky and wonky, and it sounds just not great. So these guys have to be able to do all of that. And then look at it, and what's even more awesome, I think this was shot during COVID years, so these guys aren't even in the same place. So they're doing this on Skype and being able to play this well. That's just awesome. Like, a lot of times with Dirty Loops, I'm lost for words because I'm like, dude, nobody should be this good. No trio should be this good together and play this well together and make it sound this full without it sounding messy. And I've never heard a Dirty Loop song sound messy. So again, guys, I hope you guys like this reaction. I kind of fumbled through the explanation because a lot of times I can't explain a Dirty Loops, just the way they do it. And again, I'm just super impressed by Jonah. Like, he's such an amazing musician and songwriter. All three of these guys are, but this was supposed to be about Jonah. Henrik did fall out a little bit here. Because this was more for Korg and more for the keyboardist, you could tell that he didn't want to step on Jonah's toes too much. So a lot of the fills that you think he should have played, he didn't play just because it wasn't about him. Which, again, when you're at that level, you don't need to prove anything to anybody. You don't really need to prove anything. You're just like, okay, well, I can play it, but you know what? This is about my buddy. I'm gonna let him play it. And Jonah did the damn thing. Guys, let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this little Korg video. Let me know if you agree with me or not. Do you think Jonah, like, playing the way he played in this video? Like, dude, sometimes I feel like he doesn't need to sing. I think sometimes, and this may sound bad, I think sometimes he takes away from his playing with his voice because we don't get to see him. We don't get to see or hear that because he is singing. He's focused on singing the songs. I think they should release an instrumental record and just have that, just them playing just the instrumentals, and then with Jonah singing over top. And I think you should have a double album. Boom, there you go. Dirty Loops, y'all, you do it. You heard it from Disco first. I see you guys out in the comments.